عرفت اليونان بتاريخها العريق وحضاراتها القديمة المتعاقبة التي ازدهرت فيها العلوم والآداب والفنون، وزخرت ثقافتها بالتراث الغني الذي يعتبر مهداً للحضارة الغربية، كما أنها ساهمت بشكل خاص في تأسيس الفلسفة من خلال عباقرتها أمثال سقراط وأفلاطون وأرسطو الذين وضعوا قواعد الفلسفة السياسية والأخلاق والمنطق وعلم الجمال. وفي حاضرها تمثل اليونان واحدة من أهم الدول السياحية في العالم بطبيعتها الساحرة ومعالمها التاريخية الفريدة، إضافة إلى نهضتها العلمية والاقتصادية والثقافية، لتجمع بذلك عراقة الماضي وازدهار الحاضر.
Welcome to the Greek Embassy in Riyadh, Ahlan. I'm very happy to be with you. I'm very happy to be able to communicate with the Saudi people. My name is Alexis Konstantopoulos. I have been the ambassador of Greece to Saudi since November 2020. It has been a fascinating and a thrilling time living in this country and meeting all these wonderful and exciting people. Greece has been very active in Saudi Arabia since the early 50s, early 60s. Very important Greek construction companies have thrived here in Saudi Arabia. Very important maritime companies have been working in the oil sector with Aramco and before Aramco, the other Saudi companies. Greece has been present here since the beginning. It has participated in the making and in the construction of Saudi Arabia. And it is here for a long-term engagement. Lately, especially since February 2020, when we had the first visit of our Prime Minister to Riyadh, our bilateral relations started blooming again. We understand each other quite well. We are like-minded countries which respect and promote international law, the international law of the sea, abide by the principles of good neighborly relations. And these are the principles upon our relationship is based.
تعتبر العلاقة المملكة العربية السعودية باليونان علاقة قديمة من السبعينات في القرن الماضي، وكانت يعني طوال هذه السنوات حتى الآن دائما جيدة، لم يشوبها أي شائبة طوال هذه العقود. فاليونان من الدول الصديقة منذ ذلك الحين حتى الآن، لكن الفترة الراهنة نقدر نقول 6 سنوات الأخيرة طرأ على العلاقة السعودية اليونانية تطور كبير، طبعا أثمر في مزيد من توطيد العلاقة مع أثينا على كافة المستويات في الحقيقة، التجاري والأمني والعسكري والتبادل الثقافي. طبعا احنا نعرف أن اليونان من أكثر يعني دول العالم عراقة وتاريخ، والفترة هذه في وقت الإصلاحات الاقتصادية السعودية يعني في فرص هائلة ما بين اليونان والسعودية على كافة المستويات.
The recent visit of His Royal Highness to Greece was extremely important. It was something that was being prepared for many months. His Royal Highness came and visited Greece on the 26th and 27th of July of 2022. It was the first visit to Europe since quite some time. I think it took our bilateral relations to a completely different level. During the visit of His Royal Highness in Athens, he signed together with the Prime Minister the Strategic Partnership Council, the agreement on the setting up the Strategic Council, which will allow for yearly meetings between our leaders, and also the formation of working groups at ministerial level and in different sectors of mutual interest, such as culture, tourism, investment, trade, political relations, security, defense, counterterrorism. So there is a great enthusiasm in Greece and also here in Saudi for developing our relations further and taking our relations into a higher step, enhanced step. On the investment side, a lot has already been done, and we're also seeking for new opportunities that would be to our mutual interest. And this is an ongoing work. It's something that's being done on a daily basis. So we're really happy that things are going forward.
حاليا في أكثر من مستوى في الحقيقة العلاقة هذه أهمها وأميزها العلاقة العسكرية. تكللت هذه العلاقة بمزيد من الأواصر والقوة بزيارة رئيس الوزراء اليوناني العام الماضي، ثم زيارة ولي العهد الأمير محمد بن سلمان هذا العام لليونان.
For the moment, if I remember well, in the 19s you had more than 10,000 Greeks living, most of them in Jeddah, and they participated in the setting up of all the infrastructure on the Red Sea, marinas, oil and gas installations, all the civilian infrastructure. Currently, many of them have gone back to Greece because the situation has improved, and we are around 1,000 people here. The Greek community in Saudi numbers around 1,000 persons. All of them are white-collar professionals. We have lots of very good and renowned doctors. We have professors. We have engineers, architects, lawyers. And they're a very vivid and very vibrant community, and they enjoy Saudi Arabia a lot. I think they're very happy here because even though it's a different language, we have so many similarities in our culture that they really feel at home and welcomed. The Saudi people are extremely hospitable and they welcome foreigners, and we're very grateful for that. There are so many beautiful spots to visit in Saudi Arabia. I mean, we go very often to the desert with my family. We belong to a group that goes to the desert, and we visit the desert regularly. The desert is like the sea. It's amazing. It's amazing, it's beautiful, it's different at every time of the day. You have so many different natural landscapes to admire. And it's really nice, but there's a lot of history. There's so much history in Saudi Arabia, starting from Alula, then Wherever you go, you can see history. You can see traces of very ancient civilizations. We first went to Alula in 2016, when it was not very well known back then, and we were telling our Saudi friends how amazed and thrilled we were, and they were really surprised because it had not been so widely discovered back then. But such an amazing country, Alula, wherever you go, Jeddah, the old city of Jeddah. There's so many things to do, so many things to discover here. And we haven't discovered yet Farazan Islands, but hopefully, inshallah, we might go there this summer. A beautiful country. Saudi Arabia is also quite diverse. There is the traditional notion between Hijazi and Najdi, and how the ones are close to the sea and the other ones are closer to the desert, which comes with different traditions. The Najdi tradition is closer to the Bedouin tradition, which is not the case for Hijazi. You can see this it used to be a very cosmopolitan place to live. And you also see that there has been a lot of interaction here with different people. First of all, because it was a country that was welcoming. Second, because also of Medina and Mecca and the Medina, where you had so many pilgrims visiting. And so some of these were staying here. So you have different people, different traditions, mixing here in a very nice way. When people usually come here, they come full of prejudice. And when they discover the reality, it's a completely different perception of things. It's so important for people to be able to visit here, because you see that so many similarities, so many things that might, not be understandable out of Saudi. When you put them within the context, then you understand them better. But Saudi is also a very young country. It has lots of young people trying to take the boundaries of arts, of sports even further. There's a very thriving art scene here. It's amazing. Either it is in painting, in music, in all the different arts. It's really, really interesting. In the art crafts, you see art craft that's being done by the Saudi. Really beautiful. It's like, it's a real experience,
طبعا اليونان موقعها الاستراتيجي يعني يخولها انها تكون يعني رابط ما بين افريقيا واسيا مع اوروبا، هي تعتبر بوابه اوروبا. الاهميه هذه زادت هذه الفتره لانه السعوديه الان في وارد انها تمد اليونان بالطاقه الخضراء النظيفه. وهذه كانت يعني من ضمن الاتفاقيات اللي وقعت ما بين السعودية واليونان أثناء زيارة رئيس الوزراء اليوناني لمنتدى مؤتمر الشرق الأوسط الأخضر ومنتدى مستقبل الاستثمار اللي كان في الرياض. فتنتظر اليونان أن تكون هي البوابة إلى أوروبا لاستخدام الطاقة النظيفة هذه من المملكة باتجاه أوروبا، خاصة الجنوب الغربي من أوروبا. طبعا في هذا الوقت اللي تعتبر الطاقة ومصادر الطاقة أحد أهم الموضوعات المطروحة في كل دول العالم، خاصة في هذه الفترة بعد التداعيات الحرب الأوكرانية الروسية. الحقيقة يعني العلاقة مع اليونان مع مجلس الأعمال السعودي طرحت فكرة مهمة جدا، وهي إنشاء صندوق استثماري بين البلدين. والفكرة هذه الآن مطروحة للدراسة يعني من الطرفين، لكن في الحقيقة أنه الاستثمار بدأ فعليا مع وجود حوالي 14 شركة أجنبية يونانية في المملكة في مجالات الطاقة والتقنية والمجالات يعني وفي العلوم والثقافة. فهي موجودة أصلا الشراكة الاستثمارية هذه، لكن طبعا في وجود منتدى استثماري راح يكون العمل أكثر تنظيم، خاصة أن الشركات اليونانية هذه تتضمن أكثر من 60% من موظفينها من السعوديين. فهذه تعتبر أحد أهم وسائل التبادل التجاري والمعرفي بين البلدين.
Saudi Arabia should be a major tourist destination, because it has so many things that need to be discovered. I mean, everybody thinks about the Red Sea. Everybody thinks about all the projects that are going on for developing the Red Sea. But it's not only the Red Sea. There's a lot to discover, a lot of history in Riyadh, in Mecca, in Medina, in Jeddah. There's lots of things to see. I think people will be extremely interested to come and visit here. Transforming a country as big as Saudi Arabia, a population as young as the Saudi population, is full of challenges and full of also there is between the past and the present and more traditional points of view and more modern, and you need to put all this together for everybody to be happy. But I think it has done, it is doing a lot of good. It's transforming, it's modernizing, it's putting Saudi in the modern world and in the modern markets, in what's happening around the world. It shows how much Saudi is opening up compared to what it used to be in the past.
من أهم المشاريع التجارية اللي صراحة ساعد فيها الطرفين وخاصة الأوروبيين في هذا الوقت الصعب هو الربط في مجال الاتصالات، ربط الكيبل البحري ما بين السعودية واليونان، ربط بين قارتين أوروبا وآسيا. هذا يعزز مجال العمل في التقنية خاصة في الجيل الخامس والأقمار الصناعية وعلوم الفضاء.
When you speak about culture and you refer to such important countries as Greece and Saudi Arabia, it's never enough. So during the visit of the Crown Prince, there was a very important culture agreement that was signed by our two ministers of culture. And when His Royal Highness came, our Prime Minister took him and toured the Acropolis with him, which is something he has never done for any other leader. But he really wanted to showcase this monument to him. And then when they came back for the official dinner, there was at the Acropolis Museum, there was the signature of the cultural agreement. So hopefully very soon we'll be able to put things in motion to see how we can further cooperate. I know His Royal Highness has already been to Greece one time on a very successful visit, and we're looking forward to promoting these cultural ties even more. But there are also a lot of visits of museums and technical agencies to Greece to see what know-how can be transferred here and to take things from there.
الحقيقة أن اليونان من أكثر دول أوروبا يعني قرباً للمملكة في أكثر من ناحية، ونجاح كبير كان لزيارة ولي العهد لليونان. طبعاً احنا نعرف أن اليونان بحكم موقعها الاستراتيجي وقضايا سياسية كثيرة خاصة يعني في محيطها الأوروبي، اليوم أصبحت بوابة لأوروبا في اتجاه أفريقيا وآسيا.
I want to tell not only to the Greeks but to everybody, come, visit, see for yourself. the transformation here, and see all these interesting and important places you can visit, understand this civilization that has a lot of tradition, a lot of culture, and then it will help us better understand this region, this part of the world. Between Europe and Asia, there is the Arabian Peninsula, and I think it's a very important way of uniting the world together. Visiting the Arabian Peninsula in Saudi Arabia, you understand that we're part of a much wider world, and there are many, many different things to discover.